Yee, welcome to Barstool Bench Mob, presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer. Rico, what do you want to say about High Noon?
That they're the best.
Yeah?
I can't wait to try the guava and the fucking guava and the kiwi. It's out. I'm not a kiwi and not a guava guy, but I know High Noon can do it well. I also heard some rumblings of a new flavor coming out down the road. I don't want to break that
You're
news.
eating a
If you're also-
Twizzler
you're
into
hearing-
the
if you're
microphone.
hearing
This is
that,
gross.
It's because Rico has 17 Twizzlers next to him.
It's like
I gotta
Halloween
get
for
fueled
Rico.
up. I gotta get fueled up.
Everyone wants to hear that sloshing around in your mouth while we're
You asked me
recording.
to get you snacks.
Could you imagine driving on the highway and you're just listening to that?
Fucking nasty. But you know what's not nasty? It's High Noon Hard Seltzer. It's real vodka, real juice, no added sugar, gluten-free, 100 calories. I am looking at the pineapple right in front of me.
That's mango.
Mango. Where does it say mango?
Right at the
Oh,
top.
it's mango.
Covering it.
Where your hand is.
Marty can't read to
I'm
nobody's
looking
surprise.
at the mango, but it's the limited edition pool pack comes with lime, guava, kiwi, and peach cans. Now see, High Noon's smart. Everyone loves
It's a loaded.
like in the summer, like a new pack, and they could put like a new little design on. Smart. I'm gonna buy it. Kiwi is always good. I don't even know if I actually like kiwis in itself, but I think I like kiwi drinks.
Rico, when
Kiwi flavored's good.
Yeah.
we start next season, when we do a Zoom show, you're gonna have a deep bench now.
Yeah. I gotta add them up. Put some more.
Yeah.
Also, guava sounds
start
like
running the platoon.
guava's like exquisite. That's an exquisite fruit.
Yeah, that's
You don't get that shit in your grocery market.
I don't even know
You gotta
where
go somewhere special.
Where do you even get a guava?
I'm sure one of these health nuts could get you one.
Yeah.
Probably.
Um,
I really don't.
I feel like you got to go to a hoity-toity
What
grocery
color,
store
what
to
color
get
is
one.
it? Green?
I think it's like red.
I think it's purple.
Yeah, it's like, it's
No,
like
it's
one of
green.
those.
It's
Oh,
green.
is it green?
Wait, but it's purplish pink on the inside, so I think we all
Yeah,
right.
it's
Okay.
like a watermelon.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, but go get your High Noon Hard Seltzer. It's in liquor stores. It's the best drink. It's beautiful in New York today. It's about 65, and it's like all you want to have is just sit down, put some ice in a cup, put some High Noon in it, and go get it now.
Absolutely. So on today's show, it's going to be our last show for a little bit. We'll do some YouTube exclusive shows over the next few weeks. I kind of don't want to take too long of a break. I guess it depends on the news, right? If something big happens, we'll obviously hop on. I'll do some YouTube videos. I'm sure you guys can help out as well, depending on how the schedule goes. But we're going to reset for a little bit. On today's show, however, it's very exciting. Minutes after Armando Bacot announced he was coming back, he joined us on the show. So we got his raw reaction on what went into that decision. Also, how it felt to end Coach K's career. Did Marty and Armando have a little bit of a truce as a Duke-UNC rivalry?
I mean, no.
I was going to say, I could answer
Teasing
that.
it.
There's zero
I
chance.
would tell him no tease here. No.
Yeah. He was
But
great,
It
though.
does suck. So before we get to the interview and all that, I want to talk about, because people are going to be like, oh, like you have to be a dickhead to him. I think I handled it all right. Like, I told him I don't like you. Like, I don't want you to be. You're a good player. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate UNC. But I'm not going to be an asshole to him.
Yeah, it's very similar to like Calipari's kid, Brad Davidson. Like, I mean,
I think it's a little
part of it. You have to you got to be honest with your opinions, but you also the interview can't be two people screaming at each other.
This
or
is like my.
you know.
But he did a little teaser. Like he might have seen the videos of me after being really sad. But it's a
Got a
really
big
good
heart.
interview. I think it's a good interview. He's a good guy. He seems like a really good guy.
It was a good get.
And I think
I
he's
haven't
going to try and
seen
get
you.
us.
Did you hear Rico patting himself on the back
I
there?
didn't say that. It's good for
get.
everybody.
It's a good get.
Oh,
Good
my
get.
God.
It's good to get fucking
Christ.
all tournament player.
And also, he might get us Coach K's grandson.
Let's make sure he's in a good mood and safe before we even get him on this podcast and in a room. Credit to me though, Marty. I wasn't in New Orleans with you. I didn't send you a text. I let you grieve.
Yeah, well,
you sent me some mean things.
Much. You can't say much there, fucking Reed.
0 titles for either. Yeah, that's what you said. You claim everything on 0 titles for either. We didn't lose to. I'll tell you what. We didn't lose to Carolina.
You lost.
You went 1-2 against.
Yeah,
them.
you lost to the team that beat them by 30.
Would you rather lose to St. Peter's?
Or that team that, yeah.
Or would you rather lose to UNC?
So process of eliminate. Well, if I'm a Duke fan, I'd rather lose to St. Peter's.
I'm not sure. Honestly, it's close.
Oh, that's
out of your
insane.
mind. Yeah.
Final, no, I'm
You
not.
want to lose to St. Peter's.
I want to lose.
Well, you guys
St.
have
Peter's,
experience.
yes, but Duke early exit first round to a 15, and also
Sounds-
like
They've
It would
done
have been
that.
easier. It would have been easier.
It
You had a
would've
whole
been easier.
week lineup.
It would have sucked, but I know I would pick St. Peter's. But I'm saying at least like Final Four was like all right, but it doesn't matter. It's I can't believe we're still talking. I fucking hate this shit.
You bring it up.
I didn't bring it up.
Yeah. So
I brought it up.
Yeah.
here, Marty and Armando Bacot kind of hashed things out, and Armando did enjoy your pain last week in New Orleans. So we'll have that interview in the middle, plus a lot of movement on the transfer portal, a little bit on the coaching side, and including Armando Bacot, there have been some other big-time announcements about guys returning. It's very exciting. I know we're early in the offseason, but these first few weeks out of the gate, usually a lot happens, right? That's why John Rothstein says we sleep in mid, because April, there's still a lot going on.
It's sad. This Austin Ash, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's out
transferring.
of
Yeah.
Iowa City.
Why is that said?
It's fun.
He's gonna be a great get for somebody.
Kidding. It was
Gonzaga's already reached
his
out.
highlight tape.
Per
his,
my sources.
his highlight tape of the
a lot of
all
practice.
practice games was so fucking funny.
That's such a great way to do it, too.
Yeah.
It's tape.
Gonzaga's reached out.
Austin, to be fair, and I'm not. Austin Ash and Eddard are like the same person.
I was gonna say Bryant should legitimately look at him.
He's better. He's probably like he's on a D1 like, and I'm saying D1 because St. Peter's ain't D1 to me. I'm saying like
They're 40 minutes from the Final Four.
he's on a Big Ten. Like he's on the team where he's playing against Keegan Murray every day, and like he's probably the same fucking thing as Doug Eddard.
He'd be a good
I
shooter.
think people don't realize how good some of those, like the walk-ons or guys that don't get in on
big
major
teams.
conference teams,
Yeah.
like they're fucking like all state like high school players.
Eddard's a
It's like-
six man on the St.
except for
Peter's.
Coach K's grandson,
Right.
Head really good.
Where did Eddard end up?
Oh my
Brian.
God. Yeah, but Rico was
boys.
too
Yeah, let's
scared to
talk
say it
about
on
that.
last week's
You're-
episode.
If you're gonna, all right, if you're
They
gonna
told
be,
me he was visiting. It wasn't public knowledge.
if you're gonna be,
Then
a
why
selfish,
tease it on the show?
You're listen. If you're gonna be a
It's the last
selfish,
episode.
if you're gonna be a selfish prick, and take all these people, if you don't start breaking news,
Take advantage of it for the show.
I mean, that's
Nah, no
crazy.
breaking stuff.
What?
You get it wrong, you fucked.
Getting wrong is awesome, because then once you get it right, it's amazing, even better. They have to like kind of listen next time.
Ash
I got
said-
the wrong
Ash said we
Duke
could
coach
break
to
wherever he
Pittsburgh.
goes.
I would love to,
I told
but
him.
Doug Eddard was in the
Yeah.
news. Like that's like
Yeah,
to your.
we're selling his
story.
merch.
We
Yeah.
had that scoop. We had it.
Yeah.
But you didn't want to say it.
Because you want to keep your relationship with a fucking guy that really doesn't care about you.
All right, we'll talk about this on the other side, but let's do it. And here we go. All right, before we continue with today's episode, we want to talk to you about BetterHelp Online Therapy. People don't always realize that physical symptoms like headaches, teeth grinding, and even digestive issues can be indicators of stress. And let's not forget about doom scrolling, sleeping too little, sleeping too much, undereating, and overeating. Stress shows up in all kinds of ways, and in a world that's telling you to do more, sleep less, and grind all the time, here's your reminder to take care of yourself, do less, and maybe try some therapy. BetterHelp Online Therapy is fantastic. I know, Rico, when you had your little break, you took advantage of it.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah.
They help you out. I mean, it's nothing wrong with getting some help. It's easy going is the best way I would describe it. Like therapy always feel like you're dreading the hour, like you weren't doing that here, so it's definitely good.
Yeah, definitely an avenue to take if you're stressed out or want to talk to somebody. So this podcast, the Barstool Bench Mob, is sponsored by BetterHelp, and our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/bench. That's BetterHelp.com/bench. All right, we talked a little bit earlier about some guys transferring. However, Riggs, this involves you. Some major rumors this week that your coach might be on the way out. What's going on with
That
Coach
was-
Calipari and the rumors?
Listen, credit to that guy with the troll account for getting so many people to buy into a meeting with Barnhart while Calipari was in St. Louis, mind you. That he was meeting with Barnhart, Mitch Barnhart, Kentucky's AD, about the future and all this other shit. Now listen, I said it when they lost to St. Peter's. Changes do need to be made in the sense of like you can't have 2 guys that can't shoot on the floor, 3 guys that can't shoot on the floor at the same time. Like you got to play like it's 2022. You can't play like it's fucking 2005 anymore. But to think that Calipari, after the entire coaching carousel happened, would be getting fired is one of the most asinine things I've ever heard. And shocking it didn't come from Marty or Rico.
I don't know if it's asinine because it's like
I'm not going to take unwarranted shots like that. Apologize.
You would love to throw out the Calipari on the hot seat.
I would.
Yeah, in November. After the coaching carousel, I'm a little smarter than that.
Well, I mean, Coach Calipari, I mean...
You wouldn't have a replacement. That's why I
If
just asked you
you're-
before we filmed. I said, who would they even replace him with? There's nobody left.
If you're the best of, supposedly,
That's
the best of the best, you make the NIT, and then you get bounced in the first round by 15, it's a little like, all right, maybe we do need to look somewhere else.
Krzyzewski lost to, what, a 15 and a 14 back-to-back years?
Yes, however,
14.
I'll back
No,
up Marty
15.
here.
That
He lost to a 15 the
back-to-
first year.
That wasn't back-to-back,
It wasn't
was it?
No, it was
Back?
12 and
No way it was
14.
back-to-back.
But
There's one in between.
Yeah, in between.
One in
In
between,
in
right?
14,
Good
they
coach.
lost to Mercer. How did Coach K bounce back? They won it all.
Yeah, and
2015.
And then
So let's see what happens.
You're right. So if
Well,
you
you
have
lost
another
twice.
first-round exit,
Coronavirus year doesn't count.
Tell that also Baylor they didn't win.
It's a Mickey Mouse tournament.
no, but seriously, like Coach K had one of his worst
Baylor was
losses of
awesome.
his
That was a
career.
Mickey Mouse tournament.
In 2014, lose to Mercer. They win it all next year, and
They
people
had
don't
one
talk
of the
about
worst,
it as much.
They had one of the worst years last year. They get into the Final Four.
Right. So, like, there's kind of a lot of pressure on Coach Cal this year. You guys have to make a deep run.
Also, why would he
Yeah.
leave for the NBA? NBA has a salary cap. He doesn't have one in Kentucky.
That's true.
I mean, come on. You won't take unwarranted shots?
That's true though.
No. Well, unwarranted shots for my intelligence. I could take.
You just love needling. You love needling Calipari.
Yeah,
is my
it's
point.
character shot.
You love, and which is unwarranted. He's a man of faith and a good husband and a good father, great father. Some would even say.
Gave his
He
son a
forgot
job.
when his daughter's birthday was.
I forget my son's birthday all the time. You tried. You know how hard it is to remember dates and stuff like that.
I'll
Two?
call ACS on you.
Yeah, you didn't think I
then
I have to remember 2019. You know how hard that is to say is a birthday year.
And then what was the deal with Mrs. Calipari walking her dogs and chiming in with a joke?
Oh yeah, she was chiming in. So her running thing, they have a running joke about him not taking out the trash and everything because he's busy doing work and trying to help save a program and win titles.
He's like Tony. He's afraid he's going to get shot.
Yeah.
Probably. There's a lot, like probably a Louisville fan running around out there for
A
all
lot
we
of
know.
wackos.
There are a lot of wackos. And so she chimed in like, yeah, if you think he's getting fired, like I was the source. And it's just a joke. Like, but yeah, like changes need to be made. That's obvious. It's hard to say anything when you lose to a fucking 15 seed, even though they were one of the 8 best teams in the country, apparently, which again, committee screwed them.
Just
But
not true at all.
Committee screwed
if
him.
they got the toughest 15 seed in the history of 15 seeds.
Yep. Uh-huh.
What 15 seed went further? What 15 seed went
You're a
further?
disgusting loser. That's what you want.
What 15 seed went further?
I hate you so much.
And they beat the best teams they could. They beat a 2, 7, and a 3.
Lost to an 8.
Damn. Apparently UNC was underseeded.
Yeah, so obviously this whole thing was a joke, but I don't know if there's a coach with more pressure on him entering next season than him. Maybe Painter.
Yeah, I mean,
Painter's, and I think there's 2, Painter and Few.
more than Cal.
Few.
though?
Yeah, because Cal is still like so.
There's going to be no
He
pressure
still has the title
on
in
Gonzaga
4
this year,
Final
'cause
I gotta be
they-
completely honest. I don't think there's much pressure on Cal.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I really don't.
it depends. Like the loud minority.
Which I don't get. I don't get why you guys aren't actually clamoring to fire him because the shit he says too, like, oh, the best night in history is the fucking draft picks. You're supposed to win banners. Like, I still don't get.
It's all recruiting. When he says that, it's all recruiting.
That's fine recruiting, but you got to eventually like you're a fan base. They're not rooting for draft picks. They're rooting for wins. I don't get.
But he
how you
also
guys keep
says
giving
his
him
goal
this.
is to go 40-0.
I don't
his
get
goal,
how
like
you
he
keep
has said
giving him
that
this
too.
free pass. All right. Well, I mean, eventually one of them's got to break. He keeps doing the draft picks. He's got to win.
I don't
That's
think
true.
he has,
Sacrifice one for the other.
I don't think people are giving him a pass. Like people are definitely clamoring. It's just he's also like he's won a title and he's made 4 Final Fours in 12 years. So it's not like he's completely failing. Now, it's been 7 years since the Final Four, which is kind of outrageous to say is a huge drought. Like, how many programs would kill for a Final Four in 7 years?
Yeah, it is, but that's the thing is, though,
if he doesn't make a run, then yeah.
Right.
No, but you can't say that because he's in the category of the Coach K's.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it is crazy when you hear that out loud and you're like, well, shit, that is it's really, like we say all the time, it's really tough to win in the NCAA tournament. But he does have to get back there.
I would say this. I would say Painter.
Painter's a good guy, though.
We wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know, so he could go fuck
We
himself.
weren't invited.
They got a tough break.
No, I hope
they lose everything.
They had a tough break. They played a 15
tough game plan.
seed.
Tough. They had to win that game.
What about? Do you think
break.
Beard might have more pressure?
I think
Beard's could be up
Painter.
there.
No.
I think
Beard went to a title game. That lives on for a little bit.
No, he's saying at Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, but they know, like,
I don't think he has pressure
Year
yet.
2, I don't think he's getting pressure.
I think
disagree
that
with
If Texas Tech looks better than them, though,
This
again,
isn't
I think
even a
then
joke.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's when it starts, but I don't think he has pressure to start the year. I mean, it's unfair to say, too, I guess, but, like, I still say Izzo has fucking pressure.
No, he's just
20 fucking 2 years ago? Like, how many?
I'm saying it doesn't matter.
Tell you what,
Yeah.
Shire's gonna have a lot of pressure if they have a bad season.
I was going to
people are
say
gonna-
Shire has a lot more pressure than
Yeah,
California.
it's a different pressure, though. Right? Like, that's a different sort of pressure year one.
I don't think it
replacing
is
K
though
versus-
because they have the number one class for 2022 and 2023.
No,
They
I
already
think it's a
have it
lot of
locked up.
pressure. It's a lot of pressure in the horse race because Hubert Davis is already showing like he's a thoroughbred. Like Shire's got to keep up with him. They got to have a good year. You don't want to be
Davis might have pressure too.
In that rivalry, you don't want to be the guy who when Duke like behind closed doors is going, shit, we got the wrong horse. I'm just saying, like if Shire really struggles,
Again, yeah, he's not going to.
They're not going to really struggle with the class they have coming in.
It's hard to.
They shouldn't.
you
Yeah,
can
they
struggle
shouldn't.
in
Their
game. You
cla-
could say that.
their
Cal
team-
Parry's never put it together. You can struggle in game.
Their
It's not a
team this
given
year-
to have the horse. Who had the most talent this year on the floor? Probably Gonzaga, right? They didn't win. So like,
know.
don't say it's
Right, but they
all.
still had a great year.
It's
think
not
Duke-
all
like in terms
talent.
of record.
Duke probably had.
I
the
think
most.
Duke definitely had the best
You can still
talent.
struggle in game.
I think that Duke's gonna have the most talent again next year, and I'm not even just saying that; it's just true. They have the number.
Yeah, pending who all comes back, they're the likely favorite. to
How
have
do
the
you
most
feel
talent
about
next year.
Emil Jefferson
Love
taking
that.
over as assistant?
Love that.
What about
Nolan Smith?
Arkansas?
Arkansas too, when they're gonna have.
All the transfers they got too. They got the number 1 recruiting class and number 2 portal class.
Yeah.
Well, the portal class is just like it's just because
That's just his
they're the
thing.
only ones they've.
Who was the
Yeah,
big name they
signed
got in the
someone
portal though?
I mean, they got the Mitchell twins from Rhode Island who are
Yeah, the
studs.
Mitchell twins.
yeah.
And they're doing the whole thing again where anyone transfers, it's like Arkansas is in the mix.
Texas Tech.
Yeah,
as well.
Arkansas's on the graphic.
It's Arkansas and Texas Tech on every graphic.
I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And sneaky Oregon too. It's on every graphic.
Right. No, I think that was a good debate. I guess we don't really have a clear
I think we got to wait till see like where the rosters end up, right? In
Yeah.
terms of who has the most pressure.
But
Like,
right now,
yeah,
Cal's
Calgary's on
definitely
the
up
short
there.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and I agree with Painter. I agree. There's a different type. I mean, I could even start Hubert Davis. Like, what if he?
No, he has no pressure.
I disagree. What if
He's
if
got
everyone comes back and they have like if they're like a 9 seed again?
So what? He ended Coach K's career.
No,
I know, but I'm saying in terms of like what you think of him long term.
he's right.
Long term.
No, I don't think he's right.
Can't just be
a
a one and done.
I agree with Jake.
I
It's not
disagree.
one and done. It's like they got him to a point where this year was going to be like a throwaway year for him. Like it's okay. They made the tournament good, and then pressure would start building. He just took all the pressure off him because they got a team that no one thought could get there.
He's got to maintain that success.
I think
don't-
with Bacot
especially
coming
without
back,
his guys.
I think if they all come back, if
the
they all come
bar's
back,
going to be
there's some
raised
sort of
really
pressure.
high.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's to be high, but I think it's not. If he makes a Sweet 16 this year or like the
Right, no,
second,
but I'm
even
saying
the
if-
second round,
He's
he's
fine.
fine.
I'm saying no. I'm not saying wouldn't be fine, but if everybody comes back and they're preseason top 5 and they dick around to like another 8-9 seed, you start sitting there going, okay, like what was like? It's almost like the UCLA thing, right? Like we all, especially me and Marty, called them frauds. Everyone returned from a Final Four run. It's a little different where they're the last 4 in. I think Cronin. You could argue Cronin has pressure again because they're going to bring back everybody.
Again,
All those guys are coming back again.
I think Jaquez and Juzang are back.
They're
Jesus
top 3. again.
Christ.
Yeah.
He's another guy too who hasn't won a title. Like it's he's part of the breakthrough guys of that big list.
I
you know?
think Mark Few is the most.
Few and Payne are probably the right answer with Calipari third.
I don't think. I mean, I just think the door's closed on Few.
I mean, they
Like it would
no
actually
top
shock
recruits.
the fact that they didn't win at the
I
last
hope they're
2.
Bad this year. I hope
They'll still win the conference probably.
Timmy declared for the draft.
Oh, by the way, new addition to the WCC, friend of the program, Steve Lavin,
Yeah.
Oh, I did see that.
University of
Oh,
San
yeah.
Diego,
I forgot about that.
back on board.
Good hire.
Great guy. He was really nice.
Good hire.
on the show.
Got great hair.
Yeah, and remember his backup or his background during the interview. It was
Yeah,
just
I
like
don't
a
think
beautiful day in
I don't think
California.
he has to move. Or I mean, he's gonna have the same kind of view.
Yeah. So
Did
congrats to
Timmy
Steve Lavin.
declare for the draft? No.
But I think with a possibility of return.
Yeah. I think you can
Yeah.
return no matter what now, where it's like if you don't sign with an agent or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
You can still sign with an agent, I think.
Yeah, I think
And
so too.
It has to be one of the NCAA like appointed ones, but that's what's like so tough this time of year. We sit there and try to figure out like, okay, like we were talking about pressure. It's like, well, shit, we don't even know 40% of rosters yet.
Yeah, you gotta let it sort out.
Yeah. All right. There are a few guys who are pulling their names out of the process and returning. Two that stand out to me. Mike Miles of TCU and Colin Castleton of Florida. Which one do you guys think is bigger? Those are both.
Castleton stay?
Yeah, they're both
Yeah,
returning.
fifth year.
Those are
I
both
think
big
that's-
names
I think
returning.
Castleton's bigger.
Yeah.
See, I think it's Miles because I think that puts TCU as like a legit top 10 team.
Yeah.
Top
Top
15 at
10?
the minimum.
I think
15?
that
I think so.
I think Castleton staying just makes Florida be just okay now. Like they're
Right,
not
that's-
gonna be
that's
awful.
important.
Yeah.
Especially in year one for Golden there, like to have Castleton come back and have like, okay, I have an all SEC guy at least.
It's gotta be one of the worst
Just
hires
for sure
of all
on my
time,
roster.
by the way.
Golden.
Yeah.
It's weird to go
Just because
coast
he's
to
from
coast.
WCC.
It's gonna be one of the
Where
worst.
did he make
He
his
was an
bones?
SEC assistant.
Oh god,
He was an SEC assistant.
I knew
Yeah.
there had to be something. So
He was an SEC assistant.
I think it says a lot about the guy if he can come here from San Francisco and tell that their best player to stay. Like Trace Jackson Davis. Remember last year when they hired Mike Woodson? Everyone was surprised to see him come
He
back.
didn't stay because of him.
What do you mean?
He's just
Definitely had a
like,
factor.
Florida's probably my only place I can go be fine.
I like TCU a lot next year though. I blogged about them earlier this week. We watched them. Obviously, they probably should have beat Arizona. They were 9 seed, caught fire late. They returned everybody but one player.
They're gonna
I
have
like
more eyes on them this year though. Like
But
this-
Jamie Dixon.
Yeah, but they were all young too, which is nice. Like they were all sophomores basically this year. Now you get like that little bit of experience. You get the tournament win. You get the heartbreak. You come back. That's the sort of team I fall in love with early on.
Yeah,
Jimmy
they're going to be
Dixon's-
one of those
yeah.
teams that everyone's so high on in October.
Yep.
Like reading the previews, being like,
And it's just a brutal Big 12.
it's going to be Kansas, Texas Tech, and TCU, right? And Baylor,
probably
obviously.
Texas.
Baylor.
Yeah. But TCU
What
is
a
going to be in that
fucking loaded
upper
conference.
the
Dixon
top
was
tier.
Dixon was at walk-ons before we recorded.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
New
he
Orleans?
I would have. Right
What do we
past
have? 2 or 3 more years with
So low.
Texas and Oklahoma?
I don't know. I really.
2025?
I truthfully lose track.
2 years, I think. Yeah.
2 more.
I think it's 2 more,
crazy.
but I forget off the top of my head.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I thought it was.
I keep
earlier.
forgetting that's happening. We're going to keep forgetting. And it's just going to happen.
that. Yeah, I mean,
Target date is 2025.
it's crazy.
So I don't know
So
if it's
that
set in
football
2
stone
more
yet.
years, right?
Whatever.
That's
The
gonna be
football
crazy.
conference is just too fucking insane. But
SEC football?
yeah. Also, I mean, Baylor's there, but like Bill Self's got to. I don't know how much longer he's going to be around, but he's got to love that. Like that conference, they lose Texas and Oklahoma like that. 2 more. Like it's just 2 less names in the Big 12. He's going to be.
Except you bring in Houston.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
just-
You bring in
I mean,
Houston,
Houston's-
who's pesky, and Calvin Sampson's bringing something. Why are you getting so upset about that?
I think Kelvin Sampson's like a top 3 coach in college basketball right now.
Fair. He's old though.
You
No,
can't say
def-
Houston's pesky anymore. They're just a good team.
Yeah, they're great. Like
Yeah. All right. They've raised the. But do you think that they're like year in and year out a guarantee to be at the top of the Big 12?
I think so. He's now bringing in McDonald's
Okay.
All-Americans.
Here's my thing
All
about
right,
Houston,
got-
too.
So that's good. Then give me a rivalry in the big. Like obviously,
Right,
it's good
yeah,
for-
yeah.
It's better when people are chasing Kentucky in the SEC and Duke and Carolina in the ACC and Kansas in the. So give me good guys to chase them. Like they run faster when somebody's running really fast next to them. So that's fine. It's still going to be the Bill Self Invitational. I'm still going to back Kansas every time.
Sanctions.
Well, maybe this year you will. In the beginning. Of the season.
The day I wrote the fucking blog, Remy, we finally went and it took me about 30 seconds to figure it out. It said Remy Martin's moving himself out of the thing. And then I bet it 6 days later. We lose track because of a week?
I'm kidding.
You're still waiting to hit a future.
I was close. I was close.
That was close.
Got him. Let's get to our interview with Armando Bacot from North Carolina. Ended Coach K's career. Made Marty sad. But we had a lot of fun with him on today's show. Before we get to that interview with Mr. Bacot, I want to talk to you about bird dogs. I see you guys rocking bird dogs quite often in this office. Very comfortable, right?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I wear the camo shorts all the time, and they sent me more shorts. It's awesome.
You know what? In New Orleans, you said you packed one outfit,
Yep.
and it was besides Duke gear, and it was
the
Bird Dogs camo, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So they sell gym, khaki shorts, and bathing suits with a built-in silky soft inner liner that never rides up. All their shorts and pants have zippered pockets big enough for every phone to fit in. They also have 3 different lengths to choose from. So go to birddogs.com, enter promo code BENCH, and they'll throw in a free Bird Dogs whistle tip football. That's birddogs.com, promo code BENCH for a free Bird Dogs whistle tip football with your pair of Bird Dogs. People have thrown that around the office. It's an awesome thing to just play catch with
Nostalgic.
a friend. So much fun.
Yep.
All right, so here he is from the University of North Carolina, Armando Bacot. All right, we want to welcome on a very special guest. He is rocking gear that is available on the Barstool store. It is Armando Bacot from North Carolina, fresh off his amazing run to the national championship game, the most outstanding player in the East Regional, and last but not least, the hero for ending Duke's season. Armando, we are taping this interview just a few minutes after your big announcement. You are returning for another year in Chapel Hill. Congratulations. What went into that decision?
You know, losing in the national championship this year, I mean, it was just so tough, especially just because all we went through. And I think it was just something, you know, it just left a bad taste. And I feel like my job here is just not done. I really want to, you know, be able to go out and say I won a national championship, and just also getting injured in the Duke game too, and just not being my full self. I feel like I just didn't go out the way I wanted to go out.
Go away. Go to the NBA. I don't want to see your fucking face anymore. I swear to God, after you beat Duke.
Twice.
And I was going to say us, because it is us. I'm part of the team. You are too much, because you were unbelievable. During the Final Four, I'm going to say it. You were unreal. You and Mark Williams going back and forth, and even though he was in foul trouble, then you got in foul trouble, and you got hurt. I was like, after the game, like, thank God, this guy's gone. And I have talked so much shit about you, it's unbelievable, because you're so good. I'll be honest.
Get it, trust me. I was a fan in that rivalry too, so I completely understand how it is.
Oh yeah, all right. See, good.
Yeah,
and of course, now I wish you were an asshole. I wish I could just be like, oh fuck Armando, but you are. I know you're a good guy.
I like the Phillies and the Eagles, so
All right.
you can imagine the type of fan I am.
Yeah,
too.
you're definitely Philly scumbags over there.
So that's actually a perfect segue. So was there a picture floating around that so your recruiting basically came down to, or was in the mix, Carolina obviously, Duke, Nova, and Kansas, which is weird. They were all in the Final Four. But they were floating around like you were rooting for Duke as a young kid?
Yeah.
I'm not putting you in a spot. You know how these people are. But like, it's more so, they don't even have, it's more so like, how crazy is it that all 4 of these teams got to the Final Four, and that's kind of where you were at, you know what I mean?
Yeah, funny story. I went to the Coach K's camp. So, yeah, I mean, I grew up maybe a Duke fan, But, I got to meet both coaches. And, I mean, Coach K, he's an unbelievable guy. I'm really good friends with his grandson, too, Savarino. We actually hang out, like, all the time, like, literally all the time. So, and a lot of people don't know that. So,
Tell Michael to come on the show. I'd like to talk to him.
Oh, Michael definitely come on the show. That's my guy.
I'll hit you up after this, because that's a guy I need to talk to. I love him.
But yeah, I had a great relationship with Coach K. I mean, Vernon Carey, he had committed, and I was really good friends with him too. So I knew that North Carolina would be the place for me, and I mean, I knew coming in I'd be able to play a lot. So,
yeah, we met your mom at the hotel, and she had a great line too. Like, she was like, yeah, they're floating this picture around, or they're saying he was a Duke fan. He's like, he was 10. Who's not going to take the picture? She was very mad that they were, like, victimizing a 10-year-old, and I'm behind her. Like, at 10 years old, who's not going to take that picture? So I'm on your side.
Yes, I mean, Coach K, I mean, we still got a great relationship. He's an amazing person.
See, he is an amazing person. I know.
But he ended his career.
You did end his career. I mean,
That's a huge feather.
I can't believe you're coming back. I can't believe I have to see you again
I know.
next year.
me for another year, sadly.
I'm gonna have to talk to you next year. We'll have a little bet going because I'm gonna need. This is crazy that you come back. So what went into the decision? So you're just saying basically that championship left a bad taste. You think you got guys come back next year? Like, is that you just want to do one more time?
Yeah, I just want to run it back one more time, kind of like, that 2017 team, just that redemption tour. I mean, just coming so close. I mean, a minute away from winning the national championship. It's just, I've been a winner my whole life, and that's just something that I just want to be able to accomplish and be able to say. And, I mean, Carolina, it's a great school. Y'all got to come down here. I mean, it's a lot of fun. You could only imagine some of the things that go there. So
I can't.
Yeah.
Marty wouldn't be allowed.
Oh, yeah, I'd probably get shot if I went there. They'd kill me.
We still love all the Barstool people down here.
Definitely a top 5 venue.
I wanted to know. I
Top 3
would
venue,
love to
I mean.
know if you like what UNC fans really feel about. They probably can't stand me. They probably.
When I told my media people I was going on y'all podcast, they told me to pick with you.
They told me about me.
Yeah, they told me. Shout out Brandon Gray. That's one of our graphic designers. He's a big fan.
I love that. That's a good media guy right there.
Yeah.
So I just want to ask you one more about. So you said the bad taste, but also you saw the video going around. You quote tweeted it like when you got hurt, when you went down at the end of the game in Kansas, the floorboard coming up a little bit. Did that piss you off a little bit too?
Oh, 100%. I mean, it just looking at the video, something was up with that court. I don't know because it just didn't feel right. Because I felt like I got a good angle. I felt like I was going to make the basket because Dave, he was in foul trouble, and I was driving right, so I would be able to jump off my left leg more, and that's the one I didn't injure. But, I mean, I just planted on my right leg, and the floorboard, it did some weird, funny stuff, and I saw the NCAA, they came out, kind of refuting the idea of something wrong. But that's what happens a lot of the time. Sorry, my fault, it went out. That's what happens a lot of the time when you have stuff at those type of venues. So who knows?
Yeah. I don't know if you're familiar with the NCAA, but they're never going to take the sides of the kids. I'll give you a little history lesson. They're never going to put the blame on themselves.
I mean, I saw the statement when they said they did an investigation.
I just saw that. Yeah, they were like, "There's nothing wrong with it." Like, they're probably gonna blame your foot. They're gonna make you repair the foot.
Yeah, it's like Bacot's
the fucking floor.
Bacot's foot's too big.
Write him a check. They're gonna make you write a check.
Yeah, I mean, and my ankle's still hurting to this day. So,
Well, on that note, going back to the Duke game, you got hurt towards the end. It was a 1-point game with 4 minutes left. You came out, and then you went to the scorer's table, and the camera caught you saying, "Fuck it. You're not getting out of that game. You are coming back. This is the biggest game of your life, the biggest game in the history of college basketball." There was nothing that was keeping you out of that final stretch, right?
yeah, I mean, that was just I just mottoed the rest of the year. Everybody counted us out, so we just had a fucking mindset. And, I mean, playing in that game, like, as a kid, if you would have told me I was playing in that game, like, it would have been the craziest thing ever. I would have been counting down the days to get to that game and to finally be in that game. And I couldn't let no injury stop me from playing in that. And I just knew everything that was at stake with just the whole rivalry and it being in the Final Four. And just to be able to have those bragging rights forever. I mean, look at your guy right now. He's still sad about it.
I didn't leave the stadium for 40 minutes after that. I just couldn't get up. I was sitting there. I'm like, I can't believe they just lost. Because that game was an all-time game, too. It was never – you guys would go on a run. Duke would go on a run. And fucking – that bastard Manic, that stupid son of a bitch, he sucked in the first half, and all of a sudden he's whapping threes, that fucking bearded bastard. Your whole team, I made fun of you. Coach Hubert, that's a terrible name, but you guys beat us. But how did, obviously you lost the championship. The goal is to win the championship. You almost beat Kansas. You were up 15, a tough, horrible loss. But, you did do one of the most historical things in college basketball, history. How did that feel right after that game?
Yeah, I mean, we were sad, but, I mean, at the same time, too, we just had to look at it like we weren't even supposed to be there. Like I said, nobody counted us being there. Just the heart and just the toughness we showed all throughout the season to get to this point. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, Duke smacked us at home. Kentucky smacked us. Wake Forest, Miami, Purdue, Tennessee. We got smacked like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah,
so
that was fun for me on
Pitt.
Twitter.
You guys
That was
lost
good
it.
stuff.
You guys lost a Pitt.
we lost it. So I mean, we just had to be proud of where we got to at that point. Then we beat Duke. So
What was the timeline? So like, or walk us through the timeline of like Saturday night, you win, you watch it, the place is going berserk. You just ended Coach K's career, your rival, like you're in the championship game, underdog story. How did that work as far as like managing the emotions? Obviously, because Hubert was very upset and rightfully so. Like he's like, yeah, people say we were gonna lay an egg like Monday. You're never gonna lay an egg Monday. You might be like exhausted is one thing, but how did that work? Like, how long did he let you celebrate? Like, hey, take tonight, or like, hey, we're right away. Like, calm down. This is a mission. Like, who was in charge of that, or how did you guys manage it with each other? Like, hey, we still got business to do. You know what I mean? Like, don't celebrate. Like, don't have a big party. Like, how did that work? Because you obviously had a task at hand Monday.
Yeah, I mean, we found it offensive that people thought that we like didn't have the mental, I guess, toughness to be able to win a big game and go win another game. So it really kind of fueled us, and we wanted to go out there and really punch them in the mouth. And I mean, we did it in the first half, but I mean, it just wasn't enough. We were banged up, tired. I mean, it just didn't go down the way we wanted it to, but we really just took a lot of offense to that. And I mean, people were saying we'd get blown out, and it just was another repeat. We beat a great Duke team, and people still counted us out, but I mean, we fought to the end.
It's a shame you didn't win. It really is. It hurt me that you didn't.
Fucking poor guy got hurt, dude. Shut up.
I'm just saying, it's a shame. Wait, what'd you say? My bad.
It definitely made you feel a little better, though.
It did. It did. I'll be honest, though. That was the first time I was on UNC's side when I saw that fucking video. Because that floorboard, if you say you investigate it, you have to be an absolute moron then. Because that floorboard just came up. It wasn't fucking you. So that pissed me off. I'll give you that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What was the difference in the post-game feeling between that Final Four win and the final game in Durham? Because they had some big-time names and faces in the stands, and you guys just made it silent in there after smoking them in the second half. I imagine that was an unbelievable feeling as well.
Surprisingly, the one that hit the most, I would say, probably was the one at Durham. For a lot of the guys, they said the Final Four, but I think for me, just the one at Durham, I think just because, like, it was no chance that, like, we going in there in that last game and all the fans coming, like all the former players, it was just so much built-up hype into it. So just to go in there and win in that stage, I thought, like, that was everything. And then to go back to school, and it was my birthday that night.
Oh, God.
So, like I said, you could only imagine how that day was. So I had a lot of friends in town who was watching it at bars and stuff. So
yeah, no,
it was just a great.
I agree with you kind of too, because the Final Four is awesome. Yeah, but you also got, like, Duke blew you out at home, so that game everyone's like, oh, they're probably going to get blown out again. Yep. And then you beat the shit out of us in front of all their fans, and their fans were so, as me too, we were so sad. It probably felt amazing.
Yeah, exactly. It was like one of the feelings of my life. Like, still to this day, I mean, we can't walk around anywhere like we're loved by everybody.
I can't believe I have to interview Armando Bacot.
So on the status of the rivalry, obviously North Carolina has the upper hand for a very long time after what happened this season. We had this debate on our show a few weeks ago. I want to hear your take. How many times would Duke have to beat you guys for them to say we're better in the rivalry? Because I said Duke could beat North Carolina for 10 straight years and people will still talk about what happened this year. What do you think of that?
I kind of agree with you on that. But, I mean, at the same time, too, I feel like we're going into a new chapter of the rivalry because, I mean, with Coach K leaving and it's 2 new coaches. So I guess I'll be on Duke's side a little bit in the fact where we can, I guess from their standpoint of view, they can flip to a new chapter and it's just a whole new start to a new rivalry. And I guess we kind of ended that one rivalry. But, I mean, definitely, like, if you're a UNC fan and you're back against the wall, they beating us and stuff like that. Point back to that too.
Makes sense.
That's
it's like the Old Testament and the New Testament.
I mean,
they came out of the Old Testament clearly on top.
It's also like the Yankees. Like, if anyone's going out, we have 27 rings. That's what you say. And it's just like, and yeah, UNC can say it.
Talk about the past.
Exactly.
I had one more.
Yeah.
So you guys obviously grew as a team, right? Everybody was like, oh, 1 quad 1 win, an 8 seed, like. is what it is. Like, you obviously were better than what you were, and along the year, you guys got way better than the team you were in November. You talk about getting blown out. Did you also see that growth in Coach Davis? Like, did you feel, obviously he's a smart guy, but did you feel like, hey, this guy's totally different in, the end of February and beginning of March than he was in November? This guy's way more polished. Like, start to see it different. Did he grow with you, did it feel like?
100%, because we just reinvented everything. Because at the beginning of the year, we were running more like this old traditional secondary. And then as you saw towards the end of the year, we started doing a lot more ball screen-centric stuff, more NBA-style offense with a lot of movement, spacing, stuff like that. So just us changing, him making that adjustment, I mean, it worked numbers for us, and it was huge just for our offensive flow. And we kind of had to reinvent ourselves, losing Ant Harris and Dawson Garcia. I mean, it was huge blows because those were our 6th and 7th men. So with them going out, we just had to really just find our swag and reinvent ourselves. And, I mean, the coaches, they did an amazing, unbelievable job of helping us do that.
I got one more as well. After either the Duke win in the regular season or the Final Four, at any point, did MJ reach out to you guys? I know you're photobombing him and Coach Williams in your Twitter avatar.
Yeah, MJ did not reach out to us. He's the owner of an NBA team, so I think it's a conflict of interest for him to even be talking to us. So that's why we really can't have any contact with him. I'm pretty sure he talks to our coaches and stuff, but us players, even when he came, we couldn't talk to him. That's why I just photobombed him. I'm like, shit. I was scared even to ask a pitch for him because you get in front of somebody that's like, seemed like a larger-than-life figure. It was just shit. I mean, I think we all was just scared to even talk to him.
Marty's pretty dumb, but he does have one good idea. We need a common sense person, like, in all of sports.
That's a great idea.
Like, common sense, like, he's not tampering.
You guys are really
like,
not allowed to talk to him?
FaceTime. I get it. It makes sense.
Could be like,
I mean, it doesn't make sense. It makes sense in their eyes, but, like, if Hubert Davis is holding the phone, he FaceTimes with the team, or they pass it around, that's tampering? Yeah. Like, what? We need a common sense guy. That's all I'm going to say.
So from November to April, I'm going to hate your guts, all right? As long as that's okay. We're on the same page. Right now we can be friends, but I'm going to probably say mean things about you because I have to. Also, Caleb Love can go fuck himself. Leaky Black can go fuck himself. Your whole team, because you made my New Orleans experience one of the worst of all time. I'll never forget it. So as long as you know that.
I actually saw a little bit of it on TikTok. You gotta
ask about that.
I appreciate. At least I always want to know, like, do the players see like this shit? Sometimes you definitely do. Yeah. Do you know? We have a guy at work that works for us. His name's Jack Mac. I don't know what's his TikTok.
Probably Jack McGuire. He says you're his favorite guy.
Yeah, you DM'd him on there. You're his favorite on TikTok.
Yeah, he's hilarious on TikTok. Like, the shit he says is, like, the funniest stuff ever. Like, how he make assumptions about people's girlfriends and schools and stuff. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, like a quarterback's going here because his girlfriend goes there or something.
Yeah, it's even when my mom told me about the interview, because I usually don't like to do, like, podcast and interview, but when I heard it was Barstool and Bench Mob, I mean, I loved it because I'm a huge Barstool guy. I love Dave Portnoy.
I love that.
He loves us. You hear some of the stuff he says about this podcast? He loves us.
Yeah, I definitely would love to meet him because he's just hilarious.
Right, we'll work that out.
He just got that, like, I don't give a fuck attitude. I just love it.
Yeah, and I do appreciate you even coming on because we know some people don't like doing it, but this is just, obviously I had to say fuck you, but I know you're a good guy.
Yeah. I knew I would come on and y'all be talking shit, and I just love how, like, authentic the podcast is and stuff.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, we're not gonna be asking you, like, do you feel like it's basically we're just chilling. You know what I mean? I feel like we're not gonna give you the traditional fucking nonsense these other people give you.
I agree.
All right, well, Armando, we really appreciate the time. Again, store.barstoolsports.com. He's rocking the crew neck. There's also a t-shirt and a hoodie available. I believe you get a big cut of the purchases, so help out Armando on store.barstoolsports.com. Congratulations on returning for another year. We'd love to have you on in season next year, and good luck during the off season.
Definitely appreciate y'all. Thank you.
All right, that was Armando Bacot from UNC, a Tar Heel legend, a college basketball legend, just because everyone will remember his performances against Duke. both times. And I thought it was interesting to see him say the win in Durham was kind of meant more for him.
I thought I kind of agreed with him. If I wanted to be happy about something, it's doing that, because that was more like that day was all about Coach K. The Final Four is about the Final Four no matter what. Obviously, it was about Coach K too, last game or whatever. But that was like last one at home. To sting that to him, I think that's got to be your favorite. But yeah, I told him to go fuck himself. I hope he does go fuck himself, and the whole team does.
Even if he does, it'll be back in Chapel Hill getting ready for
the
next
fact
season.
that he's back is crazy. I was like, there's no way. But I think that the NIL really did make him stay. Like that's like he's a big name, like a bigger
Gear
name
available
now.
on our store.
Yeah, on our store. I guess you can help him out. But like he's a big name now, where he had obviously a good run. But I was interested to hear him like be still pissed, and his ankle still hurts from that floorboard too as well.
Yeah, so the NIL thing's interesting because this is the type of guy that it should benefit, right? Like this is the type of like Bacot. He's not let's be honest. He's not a first round pick. He's not a lottery pick. Instead of having to go chase money in like Sioux Falls in the G League or go play overseas, he can be in Chapel Hill another year, try to come like get back to the Final Four and shit while still making pretty good money because he's a preseason All-American. Yeah, so it's like, give me all that. Like the more big names like that come back, the better for our sport.
Which I don't think the NCAA realized. Like they were like worried about this, the kids make money and it opens this whole door. It's like, hold on, it elevates your product. You perfectly nailed it. Like you got guys coming back. Like Kofi Coburn's probably going to come back. Guy like Bacot comes back. Now college basketball is getting where people also familiarity with the players. Like this one and done thing kind of turns some teams out where you don't know year in. Like Duke next year is a whole new roster. You know what I mean? Like,
well, we don't know.
Fair enough. Kentucky's a whole new, like most of them are whole new rosters. Like this now brings it back to, I recognize that guy. Even casual fans, like, yeah, it's familiarity with it. We're like, they feel a part of it. So
yeah, it's great for the sport.
Yeah, like there's a chance, like you said, there's a chance we could get Sheway, Bacot, Dickinson, Trace Jackson Davis, and Kofi all back. Those are 5 names that
is gonna stay.
Yep, that's the rumor. Is basically if
I think he's staying.
I think
he's a projected second.
This is his like highest ceiling
player of the year.
But so he can also make a ton of money.
He
and
wasn't
still not
able.
really
Like
lose
they
a
had some
draft
weird
stock.
shit going on with NIL or something.
Because he's on a student visa.
Yeah, it was like a weird type of thing. So now he can.
So they're trying to get it
the money.
fixed. Where
I mean, he was getting unmarked cash in envelopes.
But
Kobe
bottom
can
line,
still come back.
with COVID year,
This COVID year is fucking me up.
it's a
man.
great thing. It really is.
Oh, it's not.
For non-Duke fans, it's great because you're used to 1 year.
Yeah.
But like when Rico's right. Like we get these familiar names if they're there for as long as possible. It really is good for the sport because people remember what Bacot did in the Final Four, and he's back next year. Oh, I want to watch this guy again.
Yeah.
So
that helps.
It's great. All right, we'll wrap up the show. A few more notes on the transfer portal and off-season nuggets. But before we do, it's BodyArmor. The big tournament took a lot out of us, but we made to stay hydrated throughout with BodyArmor Edge. From the makers of our favorite sports drink, BodyArmor Edge has 100 milligrams of caffeine and 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes to help keep you going through another crazy tournament. Plus, it's got antioxidants, B vitamins, and no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. It's more than a sports drink. It's BodyArmor Edge. They just came out with 2 new flavors, Strawberry Slam and Watermelon Wave. Recover from the highs and lows of the tournament with our favorite sports drink and caffeine. BodyArmor Edge. Find BodyArmor Edge at 7-Eleven or order on Amazon.
Before you get to transfers or whatever real fast, there's an article that came out today about Canes coming to Times Square. The main picture is Rico Bosco, and it just says employee of Canes. It has nothing to do with Rico
That's
Bosco.
what the caption says?
Like at the bottom it says like it's a Raising Cane's employee, not this is like Rico Bosco.
I don't need any recognition.
It's amazing.
Happy to give the pub to Todd. He's a good guy.
So fucking funny. But
yeah,
I am so happy that you guys are getting Canes in New York. We have it here.
Dude, I'm like pretty much working for Canes, I think. I talked to the owner, Todd, and he like texted me. He's like, you're from Long Island, right? I'm like, yeah, what's up? And he goes, do you mind if I like send you some locations and like you go check them out for me? I'm basically just working for Kane, and I will because I fucking love Kane. So it's gonna be like
I want to see your scouting report on locations.
Yeah, my scouting report's gonna be this. I'm gonna bring Glennie Balls and just be like,
yep, that's smart.
Yeah.
Get Clem on board too. Just like bring a couple of the big three and just bring them out there.
We'll wear hard hats out there, be like, oh, this is pretty good.
That's fantastic. By the way, the video of you guys behind the scenes on the Part of My Take YouTube.
Oh,
with
nice.
Big Cat and PFT. So check that out. Go ahead and subscribe to that too. A few more notes here.
How much would you pay for a tray of that bread as an appetizer? Or like if you brought
One
it to,
piece or like
people
a bucket,
could bring. If
bowl?
people say we're gonna have a contest or we'll have a dinner party, bring your best appetizer, and like you get clams from fucking Don Pepe's and like all this shit and like these high level. If you brought that bread, it's probably like a minus favorite to go first. Of the board, right?
Gotta be.
I agree
With the sauce. Yeah, with the sauce.
The sauce and just the bread. I think that bread goes before nearly almost any appetizer I've ever had.
I think I read there's 2 coming to the city too. One in Times Square and one more south. So that's very exciting stuff. A few more things here. Another friend of the program, Jelly Walker, declares for the draft, maintains his eligibility. Obviously, it'd be great if he gets his money, but selfishly for the sport, that'd be awesome if we had one more year of Jelly in college basketball.
There's gonna be alerts of when UA like we should just have an account like Jelly Watch. Like make that account right now, dudes. Jelly Watch, and we just tweet out. The only thing is his games and highlights.
I think we might have gotten Jelly's head.
Why?
That he should go to the NBA. Because I was tweeting.
Everyone's been declaring. There's been guys. I'm like, wow.
He's got a. You take shots like that, you got a head. He's got a big head. Like it's like it's turtle.
He did retweet.
Stall's got big heads.
He did retweet me saying Jelly should go number 1 overall in the draft.
Without a doubt, he retweeted everybody.
On him.
His feedback's like second round. He's just up in arms.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck.
UAB. Meanwhile, they also got LSU transfer Eric Gaines. So if Jelly could come back,
if Jelly comes back, they might be ranked.
Does LSU
they get Turtle back?
A team.
Turtle come back?
I don't think they do yet.
LSU just doesn't have a team. They might not.
LSU has like 4 players right now. Yeah. They're all Murray State transfers.
Right. Yeah. So shout out Jelly. Good luck to him. Either way, we'll be rooting him on, whether it's in the NBA draft or if he comes back to college basketball for another year. Rico, we talked about it earlier, but Bryant moving to the America East this week, so we'll have a nice inter-podcast rivalry for Mont and Bryant. And they lose Peter Kiss. He's going to play professionally, but they get the one and only Doug Eddard from St. Peter's. How are you feeling about that? What are your sources saying?
They love him. The guy can play. The guy plays. It's America East. You got to get a jump. Hopefully they're not done. They reload. I mean, that's Grasso's league to win. He dominated the
Grasso's league to win.
That's John Becker's league to win.
That's disgusting.
He dominated the league as a new bad boy.
Vermont has lost like 5 regular season games in like the last 5 years in that league.
Bad boy in town.
You joke about the Big 12 being the Bill Self Invitational. The America East is truly.
They never had Jared Grasso.
I think.
Yeah, they're beating UMBC. The days of Jake Wasco at UMBC are long gone.
Rico, I think Jake's a little nervous about Grasso being in the league.
He's terrified.
No, it's going to be.
Can we talk about?
We need some competition in the East.
Wow.
Can we talk about how much bullshit it is
sleeping with the fishies?
That we didn't get Kiss and Eddard for a year together.
Yeah,
like that would have been must-watch TV.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vermont, by the way, 1 loss last year. They had 4 losses in the COVID year. Then 2-2, 1-0.
Grasso forced Wagner's coach out of the league. And they even left. They're even leaving, and the guy goes, he still knows he can't win. So.
Oh, yeah. Also, Wagner made the hire. What was it? Seton Hall's assistant?
It could have been anybody.
And, all Rico cared about is that it wasn't a guy he didn't like for some unknown reason.
That's all.
I wonder what the reason is.
Just no bad guys getting hired. That's good.
So
we need this list. We need the Rico list.
Donald Copeland.
I'm writing the book.
There we go.
Get in line. Buy it.
Yeah, shout out Donald Copeland.
I need the tax money.
New head coach. Are you gonna welcome Donald to Staten Island?
Yeah, he's fine. It's better to have no opinion of the guy. It's fine. Seton Hall, obviously assistant. He probably brings. Wait a second. What does he look like? Is he a big motherfucker? I heard this guy speak at Seton Hall.
Oh God.
Is a big tall white guy?
No.
It's just
nope.
Okay. Seton Hall has one of the most uninspiring assistants.
Couldn't be. He looks so short.
All right,
this
cool.
guy.
That's fine.
Yeah, so congratulations to
Seton
Donald
Hall has
Copeland.
an assistant who's like 9 feet tall, and he's very uninspiring.
All right.
Yeah. That was that. And then Iowa, we mentioned how they lost Austin Ash. Joe Toussaint committed to West Virginia. So he goes from Coach McCaffrey to Coach Huggins.
Yeah,
he was a good player.
I would just had too many pieces. He got lost in the shuffle. Like, he's still a player. He regressed a little bit, but he just got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah. Xavier, Sean Miller's making some moves too because they got Adam Kunkel and Jack Nungy back.
Yep.
So I'm so excited for the Big East.
I know.
It's gonna be awesome to have it in our backyard. We gotta go to UConn. We gotta go to Providence.
1000%.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to some. I gotta go to some Xavier games again this year with Sean back.
Yeah, you're in Cincinnati. That's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. It might be the most fun league. SEC maybe.
I don't know. Big East is up there because they just score.
Right.
ACC will be pretty good.
It
Better.
has
It's gotta
to
be better.
It should be.
I mean, it wasn't bad last year.
SEC is a little overhyped.
Very
As it turned out, yeah.
Yeah.
That's still going to be a fun league.
I'll be interested to see that going into next year.
I mean,
if
Arkansas
people are
is
like
number one team in the
hesitant.
country.
Best conference.
Arkansas is going to be number one in the country. Close to it. I've seen rankings early. Arkansas is up there. 1, 2.
It's going to be Duke or Arkansas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
It's gonna be awesome.
And people will put UCLA up there because everyone's coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, Rico, you got Mark Sears, the Ohio transfer.
I did see that.
To Alabama.
20 points a game.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, the guard play needs a little work, obviously.
Shackelford's gone, right? I think he went to the NBA. I think he declared for the NBA.
He should.
Shackelford's gone.
If he hasn't officially, he probably should.
Shackelford's gone. I don't know what's going on with Ellis. I lost track. Quinterly's possibility, maybe he comes back after the injury. Like, I don't think anybody's going to.
He'll probably come back.
He'll come back late. That's obviously a piece. He's a little bit older, obviously. I'm hearing Brandon Miller is one of the best players in the country, though, as a freshman.
Yeah, Shackelford is
Immediate
planning on signing
impact.
with an agent. So.
Immediate impact.
What do you mean immediate impact? Everyone has immediate impact in college basketball when there's a freshman.
But like major immediate impact.
Oh, let me. Did you know that? Did you think that Paolo was going to have immediate impact?
Okay,
So
he's
what
on,
are we
he's
talking
on that
about?
level. He's on that level.
I mean, you can't say immediate impact. Every fucking one and done guy has immediate impact.
Yeah, it's exciting.
I'm excited to see if your Alabama bias continues as strong as it was this year as it does next
For
year.
sure will.
They're gonna hang a banner.
Winning it all, calling the shot.
There you go.
This
Double
Brian-
down.
if
Double
Brian
down,
told-
Rico.
They
Just
will
keep doubling
eventually.
down.
He will eventually hang a banner.
If
Okay,
Brian,
I could say Syracuse will hang a banner. in
Here's
the
a
next
little.
50
Here's
years.
a little parlay, Westy. Check this one out. Julius Stiles to win an Oscar. Oates to win a championship. No expiration date.
plus 40,000.
Give it to me.
If Brian, their assistant, told Rico like, "Hey, Oates is having honey bunches of oats this morning. Don't tell anyone." He wouldn't tell anyone. He like would think that.
He'd hint at it.
Yeah, he'd
He'd
be like,
hint at
he'd be
it.
like, "Oh, he might have had milk and cereal this morning, guys," but he won't tell us because he just thinks that they're his best friends.
Went to see him speak Saturday. Gave a great lecture.
Yeah.
Wrote some notes down.
All right, let's get the fuck out.
Yeah,
of here.
but everyone, thank you for tuning in. I don't think we'll be gone for long. I think Rico wants to be gone
Rico
for
says
long.
we'll
I'll
see
do
you
my
in
own show then for a
October.
few weeks.
See you in October.
Okay, Rico was checked out in the tournament. He wasn't
Yeah.
listening to the
I
show.
think you're
last
checked
year.
out on me.
I mean, yeah, I am right now. So yeah, maybe some solo
My own
shows.
off-season workouts. Get better. I keep saying get better. I'm going to be in the gym. I'll see you in the gym. You want with me shooting in the gym? I'll see you in the gym.
All right, Rico will be shooting in the gym. Maybe some YouTube exclusive shows once a week or something for 15 minutes, just like going over the news. I don't know. Something
We'll
to
see. We'll
stay
see.
loose.
We'll talk
but
about it.
yeah, thank you to everybody for tuning in. We'll be back in some form. Yeah, stay tuned. We've got big things coming.
Yep. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, see you guys.
Yep.